the real first memory, I think, of actually being around him while playing drums is when I was playing drums. Bad Company had got into town, and they just had an album, Desolating Angels, had just come out, and I'd learnt Rock and Roll Fantasy on the drums. And it was late, they played Birmingham Odeon, they turned up at the house later on. I was asleep, woken up, and I just remember playing and seeing, I can see it now when I look, I can see their faces, Simon Kirke and Paul Rodgers, Boz Burrell and Mick Ralph, and I'm playing, playing the drums to Rock and Roll Fantasy. And I remember at the end of it, Paul Rodgers turned to Simon Kirke and said, "You're fired." And he said, "He's bound to work way cheaper than you." And years later, I worked with Paul Rodgers only a couple of years ago, and I said, "Do you remember that thing?" And he went, "Yeah, wasn't it Can't Get Enough of Your Love?" I said, "No, it bloody well wasn't. It was Rock and Roll Fantasy." I said, "I remember it well." And it was, I mean, one of the funniest ones was Phil Collins had just beaten Dad on a drummer's pole in Melody Maker, I believe. And the album, I think it was the one before, Duke, because it had Turn It On Again on. And he got me to learn it, and he got me to play it on drums, and I think I was about 11 at the time. So I'm there practicing to Turn It On Again, and he goes, do it again, until I got it right. And it took about 5 times, I got it right. And he stopped it and said, "I don't see what the fuss is. My 11-year-old boy can play that song." So it was just, you know, his little way of having a bit of poke at Phil Collins and a bit of fun. Even though I love you, Phil. The Jason Bonham Led Zeppelin Experience came about purely as kind of as my way of saying thanks to Dad. I never had a chance to tell him how great he was while he was alive. And the music, the work of Led Zeppelin was a great, you know, it was a great thing to have, you know, for him to show himself off. You know, the music of Led Zeppelin also inspired him as a player. You couldn't have had, you know, if it had been any other band, you know, it's just perfect. Everyone in that band fit so perfect, and that's why it will last forever, because the space for the sound to happen. You know, when there was space, the drums were big. You don't notice the ones when they're tight and things, but yeah, definitely his groove and his feel was just so perfect. I started to put the old footage of Dad, using some home movies and things. It made it a little bit more than just a concert, so I was really pleased. And there's parts where I play with him, and believe it or not, I never got a chance to play drums with him while he was alive, because there was only one drum kit in the house, and that was mine. So either he played it or I did. So and there's a few little surprises in the show that I put together with the home movies and things that you've seen from Song Remains the Same, as well as some you haven't seen. Even Dad as a child, him growing up, and it became very special. From the moment we did it, I said, you know what, this it'd be something that I don't want to overdo it. It's a fun, loving project of great music. Music's timeless, so we just really enjoy it, and that's how it stayed.